NNPCL confirms fuel scarcity in Lagos. FCT promises restoration of normalcy. At least 7 Nigerian soldiers killed by landmine in Borno. 1 dead, others wounded. A section of building collapses in Delta State. And on the foreign scene, at least 22 killed in RSF attacks in Darfur. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Welcome, thanks for joining us. Now the news. Residents and commercial drivers in the Agege area of Lagos State have been lamenting the scarcity of fuel that has hit the area in the past days. Currently, the only area in Agege where fuel is available is Mosalashi Alaja, where it is being sold at 730 naira per litre. Here's the report. Discussions among commercial drivers and residents have in the last few days been centered on the increase in transportation fares in the Agege area of Lagos State. This, both parties say, is a result of the increase in the pump price of fuel, which has resulted in long queues in the fuel stations dispensing petrol, as nearly all stations in the Agege region are either out of fuel or have deliberately ceased to sell to citizens. Checks around the area revealed that Quest at Mosalashi Alaja is the only filling station open to those ready to buy the product. Some residents expressed frustration with the struggle to obtain fuel and the high prices they are being charged.
Made the queue. I'm here under before. I made the queue, but I'm just spending let's say 30 minutes now. I'm here queue. It's 7:30. I said it's 7:30 in the time.
800 I buy the fuel now. The fuel now 800 naira now. 800 naira 730, 750. Now they sell am now. So wetin our government go do for us? So make government help us abeg.
Now we dey drive so see as everything dey go now. And they say Miloko. Oh, Nigeria now, everybody just suffer for no day. All we want to survive. Just go and ask for Gary now. Gary now, the rich man now they buy Gary now for Lagos State. You know if they hungry, say you won't go buy biscuits. Pure water self now alone now they buy pure water. Now Marua they ride. Now I know if you talk again.
Landlord dey request for Agege, landlord dey sell fuel now. No fuel for Agege now. This period now wey dey sell fuel now, they sell am 730 naira per litre. It's morning now, no fuel. Everybody now don dey waka before you see that fuel now. Only this one line dey sell fuel 730 naira per litre. If you go around the Agege or Ogba, even maybe wey dey Ogba here now, that's Akamori Ogba here now, you no sell fuel. Go Ikeja now. If you wan see fuel now, you go reach Maryland line dey sell fuel now 620. This one dey sell 730 naira per litre.
The fuel scarcity and long queues will lead to increased costs and reduced productivity for businesses that rely on fuel, such as transportation and logistics companies, as well as operations of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, that depend on petrol. These stakeholders say it is why the situation needs to be addressed with immediate effect. Still staying with the fuel scarcity, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has confirmed fuel supply and distribution challenges in some parts of Lagos and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, but promised to work on restoring normalcy. This reassurance was provided in a statement issued on Saturday by Olufemi Shoneye, the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the NNPCL. Shoneye explained that the current tightness in fuel supply and distribution in some areas, including Lagos and the FCT, is due to a hitch in the discharge of operations of a couple of vessels. He emphasized that NNPC Limited is actively working with all relevant stakeholders to resolve the situation and restore normalcy in fuel supply and distribution. NNPCL's comments came amid long queues in some parts of the country, with the commodities price going up. The House of Representatives has said it would call for the sack of Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited NNPCL Mele Kyari if what they described as the attempt to destroy Dangote refinery does not stop immediately. The deputy spokesperson of the House, Philip Agbese, stated this while speaking with newsmen in Abuja on Saturday. Agbese noted that the lawmakers had already called for the sack of the leadership of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA). He observed that both agencies, NNPCL and NMDPRA, have shown that they are interested in destroying the Dangote refinery. He stated that many Nigerians have called off the proposed hardship protest, but added that they want to see Kyari sacked if that would guarantee the smooth functioning of the country. According to him, the House would investigate the ongoing spat between Dangote refinery and the NMDPRA. At least 7 Nigerian soldiers were killed after a mine exploded on a highway in Borno State, 2 vigilante officers said on Friday. Shaibu Musa, a local vigilante officer helping security forces to combat the insurgents, said a military vehicle was traveling along the road linking the villages of Mongunu and Baga on Thursday when the vehicle detonated an improvised explosive device. Another security official, Isa Bulkar, said the explosion occurred after soldiers on patrol triggered the mine, which killed 7 of them. Both sources blamed the Islamic State West Africa province Aswad for the incident. The military is yet to comment on the incident. A 500-level student of the Nasarawa State University, Kefe Babajazuli, has reportedly been killed by yet-to-be-identified gunmen close to Akwanga town, the headquarters of Akwanga local government area of Nasarawa State. A coursemate of the deceased, Jibril Usman Umar, who confirmed the ugly incident on Saturday, stated that the victim was murdered along Agwanmada area, an adjacent village of Akwanga. According to his coursemate Usman Umar, the deceased corpse, which was at last night deposited at the mortuary in Akwanga, was buried today, Saturday. The police public relations officer, Nasarawa State Command, DSP Ramhan Nansel, said that the information got to the command Friday about an attack on the area court judge of Rinze village, Akwanga local government area. Over in River State, the police command on Saturday handed over the body of slain Awada Divisional Police Officer SP Bako Agbanshim to the family. Handing over Agbanshim's body to the family after a brief ceremony at police officers' mess, Port Harcourt, River State, the Commissioner of Police Olatuji Disu said the late DPO tirelessly served in the command and dedicated himself to eradicating crime in the state. Disu said the deceased was instrumental in arresting the notorious criminal Boboski, whom he said had terrorized motorists along the Akwa Ibom section of the East-West Road. The CP noted that Agbashim restored order to Bori and its environs by eliminating all forms of cultism when he was DPO in Bori. Agbashim was ambushed and killed on September 8, 2023 by a gang of criminals at a hideout in Awada East local government area of River State. Shortly after his death, the command launched a manhunt for the killers of the DPO, which resulted in the killing of leader of the gang, One Gift Okpara, popularly known as Tubaba, and some of his gang members. Ahead of the planned nationwide protest, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betokun, has urged commanders of tactical squads to take charge of their areas of operations by preventing violence and anarchy across the country. The order comes following determination by the organizers of the protest to proceed with the protest despite appeals by the government, individuals and groups. Addressing the commanders from the Police Mobile Forces Counterterrorism Unit and Special Protection Unit in Abuja on Saturday, Egbetokun said citizens have a right to peaceful protest. However, such rights must not be allowed to infringe on the rights of others. The Inspector General of Police also stressed the need for the commanders to ensure that all officers and men of the force remain professional by exercising utmost restraint in the face of provocation. Egbotokun had earlier requested demonstrators to submit their details to the police. Still on the protest, a former governor of Kano State and the national leader of the new Nigeria People's Party, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has called on Nigerians and the youths to employ the power of the ballot box to resolve the current economic hardship in the country. The NNPC helmsman spoke on the background of a planned nationwide hunger and hardship protest by youths. In a statement published on his official X handle on Saturday, Kwankwaso said although the idea of a protest resonates with him, Nigerians should rather be patient with the Bola Tinubu government and give it all necessary support to succeed. He's traced the current economic crisis to bad leadership, saying that the hardship and hunger spreading across the country was avoidable. Kwankwaso made references to some of the recent political and economic issues that contributed to setting the country on fire. He appealed to the leadership of the country at all levels to take necessary steps to more news. Vehicular and pedestrian movement has been halted for hours from Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa, to Doma as a result of flood due to heavy rainfall in the area. Correspondent Abubakar Abdullahi reports that some houses around the river were submerged by the flooding water. Here's the report.
Flooding of River Amba in Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa State, has become an annual occurrence. Though it's a federal road, but present and past administrations of the state has made several efforts to prevent the continuous occurrence of the flood, but to no avail, as residents at different times called on authority to take measures to put an end to the natural disaster.
And right now I'm like this on my way from Sabongari Lafia to Doma, but due to the erosion, now I'm like this, I cannot even move from here to anywhere again. I will be turning back from here to my house right now like this again.
The residents appeal for government intervention to reduce the suffering of the people.
We are appealing to the federal, state government. They should look into this road if there is anything that they will do in order to help the people so that the passage will be a good road to people. It will be a help to the people living at this axis. And again, the people living at this axis, if a rain will continue like this, it will even affect the people that are living close by here.
The disaster, which coincided with a state monthly sanitation exercise, attracted the attention of the State Waste Management and Sanitation Authority and Zonal Director of the organization, Abubakar Muhammad, who speaks on the measures taken by the government to prevent residents from the possible damage of the flood.
We took a proactive measure even before the time. That is why it relaxes. It is not as heavy as how it was before. So we try to go for sensitization before the event takes place. And we try to move some of the residents where go to your relatives and whatsoever, so that you can, because of this any prediction from NIMET.
The zonal director said government will put measures in place to prevent future occurrence.
We go to Delta State, where one person has been confirmed dead in Asaba, the state capital, after a part of a building under construction collapsed. The state government has now cordoned off the area, halting construction on the site. Jonathan Awayain tells us more.
A scene of another building collapse, this time in Asaba, the Delta State capital. According to eyewitnesses, the 9th floor of the building caved in and landed on a worker on the ground, smashing his head. Some other workers were lucky to escape with minor injuries.
They work for down. I'm the operator with the town concrete. Okay. Understand? I'm the town concrete, and the thing fall. And that time, no, in the work someplace, and died there.
Just few persons, like 2 persons. Sustained injury, but not fatal injury. But the guy had a fatal injury, frankly.
The state government and residents of the area are blaming the contractor for bad construction decisions, noting that a commercial building in the location is questionable.
And they came here and they saw a lot of abnormalities. And the man kept saying he has approval and he has approval. And just this afternoon, the building collapsed and somebody died. And he smuggled the person out. I was here when he was smuggled out and I still have video of it. So it's crazy how things work, and we can't continue to live in this kind of a society. Things should be done properly.
This is a residential area. You can see buildings next, they have common friends with them. People are going to be here overlooking people's rooms. It's not proper. The commercial areas where hotels are over there. I don't know how they got approval for that.
Building, even you don't have to be a professional to know that this work is effective. And they are rushing a project without proper reinforcement.
But like what I said before, there will be a further investigation on the building and the result will be made to the public in a very short while.
The question on the lips of some professionals is who approved the plan. Meanwhile, the dead has been taken to the morgue while the site remains condoned off. Jonathan Anwaya, Trust TV News, Asaba.
In business, the Nigerian Naira showed little strength at the last trading session of the week, appreciating to below 1,600 Naira amid a volatile dollar index in global markets. At the NAFEX market, the local currency gained 0.01%, moving from 1,589 Naira 61 kobo to a dollar to settle at 1,589 Naira 50 kobo to a dollar. The local currency's modest gain comes despite the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) ongoing efforts to stabilize the market. The Naira remains near its 4-month low, with the CBN implementing several measures to control the exchange rate and liquidity. The dollar index's recent fluctuations have added pressure to global currencies, including the Naira. As the US dollar experiences a bumpy ride, emerging market currencies are grappling with increased volatility and market uncertainty. Away from Nigeria and Sudan, at least 22 people were killed when the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) attacked the city of Al-Fashir. A pro-democracy activist group said on Saturday that this is the worst death toll after weeks of stalemate on that front in the country's civil war. The Al-Fashir Resistance Committee said on Facebook that the RSF has fired artillery shells on markets, hospitals, and residential apartments and had used a drone to target a hospital. The city is the National Army's last remaining position in the Darfur region and a key front in the war with the RSF that has turned Sudan into the world's worst humanitarian crisis. There was no immediate comment from the RSF, which has in the past denied shelling civilian targets. United Nations said more than 300,000 people have fled their homes in Al-Fashir as a result of fighting that began in April. Kazakhstan's duo, Alexander Lay and Islam Sadpayev, have won the first medal at the 2024 Olympic Games, claiming bronze on the 10-meter mixed team air rifle event. Lay and Sadpayev cruised to victory over Germany's Maximilian Ulbrich and Anna Janssen, outscoring the opponents at 17-5 at Charleroi. The duo are ranked below Ulbrich and Janssen. The medal was Kazakhstan's first in a shooting event since 1996. The 2024 Olympic Games officially kicked off on Friday night with the opening ceremony. A number of other events are currently ongoing at different venues. And the Nigerian Senate has mourned the death of Senator representing Anambra South District in the National Assembly, Ifeanyi Ubah. He was said to have departed Nigeria for the UK 2 days ago. Ubah died in the United Kingdom, where he went for an operation. A statement signed by the Senate spokesman, the Nigerian Senate, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, on Saturday in Abuja described Ubah as an exemplary leader. Expressing his condolences, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio said Senator Ifeanyi Ubah was a dedicated and passionate legislator whose contributions have left an indelible mark on the nation. His commitment to his constituents and his work in the Senate were exemplary. He will be greatly missed by all who had the privilege of knowing and working with him. The Nigerian Senate further extended its deepest sympathies to Senator Ubah's family, friends, constituents, and the government of Anambra State. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu also extended his condolences to the family of the late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, who passed away in the United Kingdom. A statement by the President's Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale on Saturday eulogized the deceased as a renowned businessman and politician. May his soul rest in peace. And with that, we've come to the end of News Update at this hour. For more of our news programs and documentaries, please do what follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Shamaka Mwafo. Thanks for joining us.